Example number 1 is asking us to do 3 things. First, to calculate the general term, then to calculate the value of term 12, and then to give the term for which the value is equal to 793. So they give us a sequence. So our number pattern is 3, 11, 21, 33. I want to answer question number 1, and question number 1 is going to be term n is equal to, do you remember the equation? An squared plus bn plus c. So where we had x's, we put n's, right? Our answer is going to be term n is equal to a value, something n squared plus something n plus something. So this here is going to end up being my answer. Now I want to calculate the answer. So I've now inserted these blocks for you, and I want you to have a look how I want you to put values in there. So let's go. I wonder how the yellow is going to look on here. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take these values and input them into your block book. And what I want you to do is I want you to write a number, semicolon, and skip 2 blocks. Write a number, semicolon, skip 2 blocks. Write a number, semicolon, skip 2 blocks, and then write a number, semicolon. Now you are going to create that pyramid, right? So according to the pyramid, I want you to take these 2 blocks that you skipped. You're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That takes us to the first difference layer. So now first difference is going to be 11 minus 3, which, okay, very redundant to do on a calculator, but in any event, that gives us 8 over there. 21 minus 11 gives us 10. And then we have 33 minus 21, that gives us 12. By the way, the calculator on your screen has exactly the same functionality as your Casio 991. So the reason why I have it on the screen is I need you to be able to use your calculator correctly as well. Now that we have our first difference, let's go ahead and do our second difference. You are now going to notice you have more or less two blocks in between the numbers, right? So I want you to do that between those 2, and we are going to do it again. 10 minus 8 is 2, and 12 minus 10 is 2. You have completed your pyramid. So your first step is to input the values they give you, do subtractions for layer number 1, do subtractions for layer number 2. Brilliant. Now we want to solve. What do you need? You need A, you need B, and you need C. So let's go ahead and do that. For A, we know according to hold on, now it's writing instead of moving. Okay, according to this pyramid, we know that we are sitting with A plus B plus C, right? So our first one over here, this value of 3 is actually equal to A plus B plus C. Our second value, which is 8, that one is equal to 3A plus B. Now remember, I told you in our first video that you have to memorize these ABC equations. They're not given to you. Our third one is equal to 2A. These are the equations we're going to use to solve. So the first thing we're going to do is let's do this 2A equation. Okay, because this is normally the easiest one, so you end up going from the bottom. So let's go. We're going to say 2A is equal to 2. That means if I divide both sides by 2, then A is equal to 1. I'm happy with that. I can go to my answer and I can say 1n squared. A is equal to 1. Next up, we want to do the value of B. Okay, so here we're going to use this equation. 3A plus B equals 8. I say 3A plus B equals 8. We know that A is 1, so this is 3 times 1. So now we have B is equal to 8 minus 3 times 1 is 3. So B is equal to 5. There we go. We can input 5 in there. Now we want to solve for C, and we know it's A plus B plus C equals 3. So to solve for C, We can use a different color, maybe, I don't know, green, I guess. Let's go green. And we can say A plus B plus C equals 3. We know that A is 1. Okay, 1 plus B is 5 plus C equals 3. So C is equal to 3 minus those two makes 6. So C is equal to negative 3. Back to my answer. Instead of plus C, I'm going to say minus 3. The answer to the general term here is n squared plus 5n minus 3. Brilliant. Now let's answer the second question. What is the value of term 12? Okay, so we said that term n is equal to n squared plus 5n minus 3. So term 12 is going to equal, every time I see n, I put 12. So that's 12 there and 12 there. It's going to be 12 squared plus 5 times 12 minus 3. Now please look on the calculator. You can input this exactly the way that you write it down, okay? So I'm clearing my screen and I'm now going to say open bracket 12 close bracket squared plus 5 open bracket 12 close bracket minus 3, and that gives me a value of 201. Okay, this is the answer for question number B. Question number C is saying that which value, they're saying term n equals 497. What is n? Okay, so we're going to say 497 equals n squared plus 5n minus 3. That's my general term. Now I want to solve for n. This is a quadratic equation. You know what to do. Let's make everything equal 0. So to take this over to the other side, I'm going to say minus on both sides, right? So now I'm left with 0 is equal to n squared plus 5n, and I'm going to say negative 3 minus 497, and that gives me negative 500. All right, so 0 is equal to that equation. I want to solve for n. Now, I want to show you how to do this on this calculator, which is one of the main reasons why we're using this one, because of the functionality. So please pay attention. On your calculator, I want you to go to the function. So I'm going to clear the screen and I'm going to go to mode. Mine looks different to yours, but it says exactly the same thing. So I went to mode, and what I want you to look for is I want you to look for equation. It will be option number 5. Option number 5, you're going to click mode 5, and then you are going to look for option number 3, which says ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is the one I want you to have. Now you are going to have a table in front of you, and inside the table you are going to input the value for a, for b, for c. Now mine's got values in. Let's clear it out. Okay, let's put in the values. According to this equation on the screen, the value for A is 1. So I click 1 and I press equals. The value for B is 5. So 5 equals. And the value for C is negative 500. Negative 500 equals. Now I have put in the value 1x squared plus 5x minus 500. Awesome. Next up, what are we looking for? You need to be very careful about how you write your answer down. Go back to the paper now. On the paper, we want 2 brackets. And in our brackets, we're going to have n and n. Our next line after the 2 brackets is going to be n equals a value, or n equals a value. Or wait, let me back up. Hold on, let me back up. Before we get to that, you're going to say whatever the bracket is, n plus whatever equals 0, or n plus whatever equals 0. Then you are going to say, taking something to the other side, n equals a number and n equals a number, right? Now, the answer you are going to get from your calculator is going to be this line. So you are going to input that line, and then you are going to move back to this line. Please pay attention to your signs, okay? So, on the calculator, we've done our input. I want you to either press equal, or you can use your arrow keys, okay? So if you press equal, you are going to get x1 equals negative 25. Where do you write negative 25? You write negative 25 on the yellow highlighted part. Our second value is positive 20 on the yellow highlighted part. Then you move back. So if you take 25 to the other side, it becomes plus 25. And if you put it in the bracket, it's plus 25. That plus 20, take it to the other side, it's negative 20, in the bracket negative 20. Now I need you to know that this line here is not necessary. You don't have to write that, but you have to write that, and you have to write that. So I just showed you how to get your answer from the calculator without going through the table method and breaking your head. Okay, so n equals negative 25 or n equals positive 20. But now, what is the answer to the actual question being asked? The question is asking me, which term equals 497? Now, according to our sequence, we cannot have a negative number. So we are going to say this one is not applicable. And our answer is going to be term n, sorry, not term n. Let's undo that. Term 20 equals 497. Now, please pay attention. You have to write this portion here. It must be written. If you don't write it, you will lose marks. Okay, so this is example number 1. I'll see you for example number 2 in the next video.